Alpha Academy would take on American Made tonight in the first match of Raw. And guys, I think Otis tried to kiss me. Someone give that hunk of a man my phone number immediately. Come on, how do you say no to Otis? But after a very good match, and to be fair, the crowd were absolutely on fire for this. It would be Chad Gable distracting Maxine Dupree, allowing Ivy Nile to take advantage and get the win for herself and the Creed brothers. Now, of course, Chad Gable would then do a promo challenging Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Sicks next week on Raw to an 8-man tag team street fight. Uncle Howdy would emerge, and Uncle Howdy would cut his first promo in front of fans with just the voice of Bo Dallas, simply saying, 375 days, my sanity crumbled, talking about the death of Bray Wyatt, saying his path is the void now. The silence is deafening, but I can still hear it. My life is no longer mine. So if this is the path you have chosen, who am I to neglect you and your undoing? You gambled your very being, and we will collect the debt. So I think that means that Uncle Howdy has accepted a challenge. Next week is gonna be lit, isn't it? Why would you challenge these psychopaths to a street fight? I really love as well, after this segment, how you cut to the commentary table and Joe and Wade were talking about how, Mika Rotunda, Bo's sister, was talking about the trials and the injuries and everything that happened to Bo Dallas to bring him back to the WWE, just bringing that sense of reality into it. That was a nice touch. I know some people immediately say, oh, so why is this match not happening at Bad Blood? And you think it would. Well, obviously, it's a ratings grab for Raw. We all know what it is. But Uncle Howdy is still in the commercial for Bad Blood, so I wouldn't rule out that just yet. And with Alexa Bliss once again on Instagram posting an old photo of her character, simply captioning it with "Miss Her," once again fans are speculating if that return could be sooner than we think. This is things you might have missed from WWE RAW. Make sure you've hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Who was it that took a sign to Raw saying Liv has crabs? What? What are we doing? What? I know she has a farm and everything, but maybe she just likes seafood. You never know. Rhea Ripley would kick off the show this week, obviously happy that she pinned Liv Morgan at Bash in Berlin, saying that now she's pinned the champion, she deserves the shot at the Women's Championship belt. She called out Liv Morgan. Liv wouldn't come out. Instead, Dirty Dom would come out sporting a lovely black eye. He probably just got into an argument with one of the crabs or something. You never know. Well, Dom would say at Bash in Berlin they were jet lagged. They hadn't slept for multiple reasons. But Liv would accept Rhea's challenge. Liv would try to blindside Rhea, which she saw coming, but Rhea Ripley would get caught up in the ropes, literally having Liv Morgan work away at the leg of Rhea Ripley as she was caught up by her ankle, sealed with a kiss by Liv Morgan. It looks like this feud is not over yet. Kind of what we expected, but are we now setting up some kind of injury angle for Rhea to potentially explain why she doesn't beat Liv? CM Punk was on Raw tonight, and he would actually come out celebrating his win over Drew McIntyre and also try and lay out the challenge to the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. Now, of course, CM Punk, celebrating with the fans, would be attacked by Drew McIntyre. And I love the psychology here of now Wade Barrett's on Raw, him trying to calm down Drew, being unsuccessful in doing so, and Drew just wanting to cause pain to CM Punk. Well, Drew would take the bracelet back, but he wouldn't put it on his wrist. Instead, Drew McIntyre would break the bracelet of CM Punk, the one that says Larry and AJ, and he would try and force CM Punk to eat the beads from the bracelet. Now, I know a lot of you have watched wrestling for decades. Have you ever seen anything so heinous in wrestling ever? And with the bracelet gone, the beatdown will continue, and this has to be built into Hell in a Cell, doesn't it? It just has to be. This is like the blood feud at the moment. There's no way this just gets settled in another wrestling match, not after the strap match. Drew would even attack Punk a second time as Punk was on a stretcher heading towards the ambulance. Look at the blood coming out of CM Punk's mouth, probably caused by the beads and that Claymore kick. Absolute crazy scenes on Raw. Zelena Vega would return to action tonight on Raw. She'd face off against Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler would be successful with the help of Zoe and Sonya. Lyra Valkyria would come out after a post-match beatdown, but suffer the same fate. Now, honestly, from this, you've got to assume that there's going to be a third woman joining them. Who could that be, though? There was a definite tease for Natalya, saying that they're in Calgary next week, but we'll have to wait and see. The first of the Triple Threat number one contenders tournament matches took place tonight. Obviously, you would have Carlito come out, taking out Dragon Lee, which would bring out Damian Priest, who would screw Dominic Mysterio by chasing him through the fans. Dirty Dom did not qualify. It would leave Dragon Lee and Ilya Dragunov to have an actual decent little match. And it was short because obviously the first part was the Triple Threat. Ilya Dragunov, though, would pick up the win. But look at this entrance attire for Dragon Lee. Mattel, I need this ASAP. And good luck making it. Bronson Reed was removed from his Triple Threat match tonight. Bronson Reed posting onto social media confirming that he tested positive for COVID. So hopefully he's doing all right. Hopefully he's back very soon. Our thoughts with Bronson Reed. Which would leave the door open for the monster Braun Strowman, who was all taped up following going through a car last week, to say that he can go and wanting that spot and getting that spot in the Triple Threat Intercontinental title tournament. That is insane that Braun is back in a week. With Pete Dunne attacking Sheamus during the match and stopping Sheamus from getting the win, Braun Strowman would pick up the victory, qualifying for next week. Now, there was some random news today that Odyssey Jones was removed from the Raw roster. In fact, removed from the entire WWE Superstar page. And that's true. Now, he wasn't on Raw tonight, but there was also no mention of him. Kofi Kingston was on the show. Kofi talking to Adam Pearce about potentially the New Day going for the tag titles. They also did a segment with Kofi staring down with Gunther. So obviously maybe that's where like the jealousy angle comes in still for Xavier Woods. But again, no mention of Odyssey Jones. What does that mean? I don't know. The fact that I'm sure like news reporters and stuff and journalists are reaching out and asking and have not reported his release or anything, I don't know if it's just a glitch or anything like that. We'll just have to wait and see. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are the new number one contenders to the belts they only lost on Saturday. Okay, the storyline definitely seems to be the tag champs and Damage Control, though. They had a big confrontation after the number one contenders tag match. And I do wonder if an audible was caused because Kairi Sane's face exploded. Look at that. Look at her eye. This is minutes after she flew off the top rope and her face went straight into the announce table. So I do wonder if WWE changed this up a little bit. Obviously, we'll probably never know, but hopefully Kairi's okay. The World Heavyweight Champion Gunther was on the show, and he was challenged tonight by Sami Zayn. I love Sami's passionate promo, talking about the Intercontinental title, the stepping stone to wanting now the World Heavyweight title. And of course, the history between these two. It was Sami who took the IC belt from Gunther. Gunther did say no, but I don't think that's going to stop this. I do think this is going to be the next feud, and I'm down for this. Sami Gunther, that match is going to bang. The new addition to the Raw commentary team, Joe Tessitore, took his spot tonight. And you know what? I thought he did a really good job. He didn't sound like a usual sports analyst crossing over into wrestling. He sounded like he had a passion for the product. He sounded like he was knowledgeable of the storylines and the superstars, and I'm sure scripts are helping with that. But he didn't sound like he was reading a script. He sounded like he was emotionally involved, like a good wrestling commentator should be, and I think he's going to go a long way. He sounded great to me. The main event tonight would see Jey Uso teaming with Damian Priest. A lot of fan excitement for this because this tag team was arranged by Rhea Ripley, who obviously would ask Jey Uso, who responded yeet, and Rhea took pleasure in doing the yeet. Are they going to do Rhea and Jey on TV, maybe? With Liv Morgan getting involved in the main event, stopping Jey from winning, it would bring out an injured Rhea Ripley who would call the bluff of Liv Morgan. And although Rhea was still limping along, still the injury is legit, Damian Priest and Jey Uso would pick up the win. And let's be honest, Rhea Ripley was very happy about it. The celebration will continue, I'm sure. Maybe we found the Terror Trio? Decent show tonight, obviously super hyped for next week with the street fight with the Wyatt Sicks. That's going to be interesting for tonight. 8.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!